And welcome to another episode of Attack of Opportunity. This is Jose, and as usual, with me, Andrew.
Hello!
And today we're talking about bards.
I'm trying to be more enthusiastic. You told me to bring the energy up.
You did a good job.
Thank you.
All right, play the music. Bards.
Let's talk about the bar.
Actually, wait, before we do that, let's talk a little bit about our drink of choice for today.
I'm opening up my beer. Here it is. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let me take a.
Give me a clue though.
It's a golden ale.
Is it a?
It's not a Boddington's.
No, is it a Samuel Adams?
No, actually, it's the Big Wave.
Oh, you found it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And when I did find it, it was buy one get one. So
Oh snap!
so that was a sign.
So you bought two and got two.
Actually, I got one Big Wave and one Longboard Lager.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because it was all Kona Brewing, and I didn't want to try their Hanalei IPA because I'm just not in the mood for an IPA right now.
I hear you.
I have wanting like more like sweeter beers. So
now it's my turn. Are you ready?
mm-hmm. That's refreshing.
Hold on. I'm gonna pour this.
Oh, you already opened it. I didn't even hear it.
All right, Andrew. Any guesses?
What's the color of the beer?
A very, very, very dark red brown.
A very dark red brown or brown?
When I say red.
Very dark red.
Oh God. The foam, the head is actually brown.
Is it a lager?
I mean, it is. Yeah, it's in the same realm.
In the same row.
It's a buck. It's a double buck, actually.
Oh, I can't ever have a double buck again. I hope it's not amber buck.
It's not amber buck.
Okay, good. Is it double buck? Is it by Coppertail?
No.
Shit. Okay, what is it? I'm
It's
out of
imported. It's a celebrator double buck.
Ooh, imported from where?
Germany.
In Germany? Actually, speaking of Germany, in the last episode, I mentioned a style of beer that that Belgians are known to not drink. It's drunk by old ladies. I actually want to give a little bit of a correction because I was wrong on 2 counts. Oh, actually, no, I was wrong on 1 count, and I didn't know the name of the beer, so I looked it up. I have the book with me here. It's the Beer Geek Handbook by Patrick Dawson. If you have even a slightest interest in beer, pick this up because it's amazing.
What's it called?
The Beer Geek Handbook by Patrick Dawson.
We are not sponsored by them.
No, we're not. And it's a pretty small book. It's only like 170 pages, so it's a fairly light read. The name of it, first of all, the beer is from Berlin, not Belgium. And the name of the beer is a Berliner Weiss, Weisse, which at the time of me reading it, I didn't know what that was. But if you go to any place that sells like dedicated craft beers, they're probably it's a fairly common type of beer, pretty popular here as well. So there you go. All right, just
nice.
a little. Yeah, just want to do some fact checking on myself before someone else did it.
I mean, you're always wrong, so get used to that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why you guys are listening to us.
And I live with someone that's constantly reminding me of that.
Me too, man.
I said that immediately looked at the door like, oh shit, she's listening.
Yep.
For one fucking time.
We don't live in fear. We promise.
Just start tapping out Morse code onto the microphone.
Oh wait, I've been blinking it the whole time.
I've been blinking the whole time.
All right, Andrew. Okay. All right. So I got my nice little imported beer, and you got your shit piss.
You got your Hawaiian trash water. All right, so
let's get started on what people are here to listen to. And it's not just our voices.
Yeah, enough for the opening act. It's time for the
the first 45 minutes about nothing.
Yeah. We're kind of let's just get through it. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of this. Yeah, okay. Oh God, they're fucking talking about beer. Can we just like everyone's like scrubbing the first like they're hitting that 30 seconds plus button? Like, okay, beer.
Jesus, do they ever shut up?
God, they're still fucking okay.
How is that even possible? I thought this was a D&D podcast.
Yeah, I know, right? It's eventually gonna be like an hour and a half of us talking about beer, and it's like, so what do you think about dragons? I think they're pretty cool.
Oh man, you know who needs an ale before they can start performing?
An alcoholic?
An alcoholic bard, yes.
So, as requested
by of plenty.
I fucking knew you were gonna do that. Oh god. Oh no, the big way's making me burpy already. Oh god, I gotta ride this one out.
Bro, this beer is amazing.
I'm actually not. Well, no, maybe it's because I had a bad experience with Bach, but I need to get back on the Bach train. By popular demand, the majority of our fan base said, "Oh, what's the history behind such and such, yada yada yada." And by the majority of our fan base, I mean Heather. So the word bard actually comes from an old Celtic word mean bardos, which is poet or singer, and even further back, it comes from a ancient Indo-European word. I'm gonna mispronounce this. Quoredos, which means he who makes praises.
Huh.
Yeah. So
Corredos or whatever you said, not even close to bard.
Right, but I think it's like over time because it's like Guaredos and then Bardos and then Barda. And then so it's like over time it like bastardized into bards. Speaking of bastards,
you know, when Heather says the history behind it, I think she means the history in D&D.
Yeah, I can do that too. Hold on.
Come on, get on with it.
I mean, I can do anything like a bard can.
That's true.
That is true. They literally have a feature called Jack of all trades. So the bard was actually, if I'm reading this correctly, was a prestige class in Advanced Dungeons and Dragons First Edition. To become a bard, a human or half-elf had to begin with these ability scores: a strength 15, wisdom 15, dexterity 15, charisma 15, intelligence 12, and constitution 10. Because of that, it became one of the rarest character classes.
Dang.
Yeah.
But all he does is sing "Oh Valley of Plenty."
Well, it's a prestige class. So what that is, it's like a Pokemon evolution. So you would start out in AD&D, you would start out as a fighter and then become a bard.
Right.
Yeah.
I think you told me about that earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, prestige classes were interesting. They gave you something to shoot for, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish they would sort of bring them back. But they kind of are and they kind of aren't in terms of like subclasses. So I mean, it's okay. I can live without it, but it was just kind of cool. So it's like it gave you something to shoot for. So, like if you were a barbarian, you could become an Eye of Grumpsh. So, yeah.
What is that?
That is where you become a chosen soldier for Grumpsh, which was the god of the orcs, and you had to participate in a ritual where you would lose an eye. And because of that, you would like be an even better barbarian. So, yeah. And you had to be an orc. Like your race had to be an orc. Like they were not accepting outsiders. I think it was 3.5.
And all the dishes of D&D are very racist.
Well, it was a different time.
Wasn't it like early 2000s?
It was a different time.
Anyways.
That was 20 years ago. Think about it.
Oh, don't tell me.
Don't think about it.
Yeah, not existential crisis. Anyways, so what you're telling me is that in order for you to become a bard in previous editions, it was actually a lot of hard work.
Mm-hmm. Whereas now you can just say, "Hey, I want to be a bard," and then your DM can be like, "Fine."
This is gonna get weird, man. If you're gonna do sexual things, don't look at me in the eye.
Thank you for bringing that up. Okay, so there is two things I want to lay out in terms of what not to do as a bard, and this is on both sides of the screen. So if you're a player, first of all, quit trying to fuck everything. That's not cool. Okay. Saying you're going to seduce the dragon is funny the first time, maybe. But then when you try to seduce everything else, it's like, okay, like, do you want to talk about something? Like, do you need to get something off your chest kind of a thing? Second of all, if you're a DM and one of your players is a bard and you go, oh, well, if you're a bard, then you have to sing out your spells. Fuck you. Okay. Because you're putting your players on the spot. You know, what if they can't carry a tune, or if they can sing, what if they're uncomfortable singing in front of people on the spot like that? You
also,
know,
like doing that through so let's say you're good at it, right? And can you imagine every time you take a short rest and you're gonna start singing, or every time you do a spell you have to sing it? That just takes forever, man.
I can understand if you're a real role play heavy group and you actually can sing or play the guitar or whatever, and so it's like, oh, I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery, and you just strum a chord or something like that, you know, or
right.
it's like, oh, we're playing Short Rest. Anyways, here's Short Rest. No, you have a short rest, so your guys just kind of noodling on the guitar, that's fine, you know, as long as it's not obnoxious.
Yeah.
But don't fucking put your players on the spot. I mean, it's not like you would make your barbarian not wear a shirt, or you would make your warlock make a deal with the devil, which, depending on whose parents you're talking to, we already have by playing D&D. So I mean, so it's why is the bard the one? It's no, you have to sing for your blah blah blah. It's like if someone's a cleric in my group, I'm not gonna make them bring out a Bible. You know, that's, come on.
Is that an issue that happens? Because I know about the sexual thing from the players, right? Trying to produce everything, but I didn't really.
What's up?
I didn't really know that DMs will make their players sing.
I have heard of it. I've never personally encountered it, thank God, but I have heard of it plenty of times. Huh. Where it's where, you know, and it's just come on, dude.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I joke and I was oh, now you have to sing everything. Well, but it was obviously a joke, and
right,
you know, if you wanted to make a Vicious Mockery and you wanted to do a joke or something like that, yeah, you're welcome to it, but I wasn't going to be forcing anybody to be yeah, you got to learn an instrument now in real life.
Right.
That's what D&D is for fantasy.
Or if it's even if you rolled really high on intimidation, but you didn't have a phrase ready, oh, you automatically fail it because you didn't say anything. Oh, fuck off, man.
Fuck that.
Yeah, and I have heard of DMs doing that, and I'm Jesus Christ! There's a reason why you're stuck in Adventures League, fucker.
Nah, none of that.
Yeah, no, that's not cool. It's very much not cool. Speaking of not cool, let's get into the bard finally.
So bards,
bards in 5e.
So my understanding of these guys, because again, I've had players run some of these. I never play one. It doesn't really call my attention that much. And going through the handbook and the Centaurs, it seems to be a lot of very support heavy class.
Mm.
It does have some colleges or some things that makes it a what's it called, an offensive class. But even then, it's not really that offensive. Wow.
You mean
I'm offended.
It's not that offensive. I mean,
but
it's a little off tune, but it's not that.
but you know what I mean? Like it's usually like yeah, it's like a bard. Like every time I imagine a bard in like television or video games, it's always like in the background. Perhaps like I think the most action heavy bard I ever seen was from Kung Fu Hustle.
Yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
You know the twins that play that thing.
The like the table guitar thing, and they're like throwing the knives out from it.
Yeah, like the sound are like daggers and stuff.
Yeah,
that was like the most like offensive. Why do I keep saying offensive?
Well, I know what you mean. Like offensive bass.
Yeah, offensive bass. It's not technically wrong, but it's wrong. I hate the English language. Anyways, but that's it. Like it's usually like, you know, they're storytellers. They boost you. They make you feel better so you can fight, you know, a next round stronger, faster. You know,
harder, better, faster, stronger.
Yeah, you're the background music to the battle type situation.
It's really the bard is really like besides the cleric. You're not gonna out support a cleric. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
When we get to that episode, we'll tell you why. But the bard is like the second best support class out of all of the classes, to the point that I said this before in the class episode where it's like, if you don't have a cleric, that's fine. Cause you know me, I'm all about, party dynamic and balance. Yeah. But it's like, if you don't have a cleric, but you have a bard, that's totally okay with me because the bard can pick that up. And that's not to say that the bard can't, have like offensive spells and stuff like that, because the bard is a full-blown spellcaster. It has actually, I want to say it has a bigger spell list than the cleric does. But the cleric probably, but I think it does. I haven't like gone down and like counted because I have a life, but
you do.
No. Anyways, I have looked up what spells are exclusive for bards though, and surprisingly, it's only 4 spells. Everything else is kind of parsed out between the rest of the classes. And in fact, there's one spell that the bards get that only one other class has, and that's the warlock. So what? It's the spell glibness. It's a level 8 spell. And what it is that it costs an action that lasts for an hour. And for the next hour, all of your charisma rolls are automatically 15.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So if it's any situation where you had to like talk your way out or persuade or something, it's like an automatic, let's just steamroll this conversation.
Yeah.
So that being said, the bard, really, really good support. I mean, the best way I could think of them is that they're like a cheerleader, you know, like it that's not to say that they can't be in the front lines. There are some subclasses that does support that, but this is going to be your mid-range, you know, probably hiding behind the heavier guys, you know, throwing stuff out or playing playing instruments and hurling insults, because vicious mockery is one of their exclusive spells too. They're the only ones that get that base level 1. Now I don't know about subclasses and bonus spells and stuff like that, but you know, level 1, you're the only one that gets vicious mockery, which is actually pretty awesome. Have you read vicious mockery? Yeah,
my players used to use it all the time.
Oh, all the time. The damage is kind of like, but the fact that it gets disadvantage on attack rolls after that,
it makes it very inconvenient.
Yeah, you can kill people with vicious mockery, and if you do, more power to you. But it's supposed to whittle down your enemy. Like this class as a whole is supposed to be like buffing your party while simultaneously taunting your enemies. Yeah. So it's supposed to be like a morale shifter. Yeah. So yeah.
The one thing I noticed though, as I was going down through the list, is that they really are the jack of all trades. Like if you're smart, you can have a lot of proficiencies.
And and I was reading the class features, and at first I was like, wow, there's really not that much going for bards. But then you kind of realize that's more of like there's not that much going for them. That means it's more of a blank slate. Like you can build on top of that.
Yeah. Because a lot of other classes are like, okay, so these are the things that you get, but they're all based on like, oh, this is a strength based subclass. So it's all gonna be attacks and like extra attacks and damage spells or whatever.
Right.
But a lot of these is just very much like, oh, you already have 4 proficiencies. Here, have 3 more. You know, like, and then you want to do this? Yeah, sure, you can do that, and you can do this too as well. And it's pretty cool. I dig it. I am still not convinced that I want to play a bard, but I see the appeal for sure.
We'll see if by the end of the episode you will. And I think one of the beautiful things about the bard is that it's, in terms of like the quick builds, like what it's suggesting you put your stats into, it's very simplistic. It's just charisma first, dexterity second.
Yeah.
Which, because dexterity, obviously it's going to be used for like finesse weapons and ranged weapons. That means even if your even if your other stats aren't that great, you can still, like, I wouldn't say go toe to toe in melee combat, but you can definitely hold your own. Yeah,
for sure. You're not completely useless like the wizard.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it really is a situation where if the wizard's within punching range of anybody, he's pretty much dead. and because charisma is your spell casting ability, naturally that's going to be your highest, but that gives you a ton of leeway in terms of like role playing. So I mean, so you're gonna be surprisingly good in combat outside of spells, really good in combat with spells, and then very good in role playing situations.
Yeah, so that's something I noticed too. Is like is very leveled,
and that's why I put it where I did on my list, because like it's not my favorite class, but I have to give credit where credit is due on the fact that it just has so much utility just all around.
It does have a lot of utility.
Yeah. So let's get into this. Again, another class that says put points into dexterity, but here's a longsword. Like, what the hell?
Because why not, Andrew?
Sure.
Well, you can do a rapier.
Oh yeah, I know, but it. But like in the rogue episode, it's like, oh, you have proficiency with longsword, but your starting equipment is like a rapier or 2 knives or whatever. but then it's like your proficiency is longswords, rapiers, and short swords, and your starting equipment is a rapier or a longsword, and you're like, why the fuck am I going to use a longsword? It's just it's like, it's not a finesse weapon, so like that immediately, exactly. And if you're not two-handing it, the rapier is obviously going to be the better choice, because why not?
Yeah. So let's get down to business.
To defeat the Huns? Is this going to be a
defeat the nuns?
What?
Did you send me daughters when I asked
for
hijos?
What the fuck is this? Okay.
This is the bard episode. We have to sing.
Why are you singing about Catholic school?
I don't know.
That Jose, do you have something you want to talk about, man?
No.
Okay.
All right. So, like any good Catholic boy, the first thing you learn is spellcasting.
Yes, like any good Catholic boy, the first thing you learn is how to use sorcery.
Right, that's what the cool kids are doing.
Right.
Very simple stuff. I mean, you start with like 2 cantrips and 2 level spells.
Well, no. You start out with 2 first level spell slots, but 4 spells.
Right. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah. It tells you in the book it recommends that you start with dancing lights and vicious mockery.
You can't tell me what to do.
Well, no, I'm not saying you can't. Vicious mockery is kind of a like gimme. Like if you're playing a bard, you're not using vicious mockery. I mean, it's like okay, but
yeah, that's yes, that's the Eldritch Blast for the bard.
Yeah, pretty much. That's your go-to. I think personally, maybe Friends would be a better cantrip, but that's just me. Or maybe even Minor Illusion, depending on what college you're going for.
Is it because you don't have any friends in real life?
That's why I play fantasy games. My character has friends.
You got too real. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Just reel it back in.
And then also right at the start, you get your main butter for your bread, bardic inspiration.
Yes, bardic inspiration is pretty damn cool, actually.
Yeah, it's essentially what you do.
It's a sort of not quite a bless. Like it's better than a bless, but not really.
Yeah, so bardic inspirations, you get to inspire a creature essentially.
Yes,
they can add 1d6 to any ability checks, saving throws, or attack rolls
for the next 10 minutes.
For the next 10 minutes. Oh, yeah. So it keeps going.
No, it says once within the next 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, once within the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, so it's not like in this next turn you have to use that bardic inspiration. You do have chances to.
Okay.
So
which a D6 a D6 is a D6. You can't.
Especially at level 1.
Yeah, you can't complain.
No.
Yeah. And a lot of the things that we're gonna go over are based on the bardic inspiration hit die.
Yep.
So this is like your meat and potatoes.
It's kind of like the superiority dice for the fighter.
Yeah,
where exactly. a lot of superiority dice for the battle master fighter. Sorry, champion. There's another reason why people don't play you.
Wow, Andrew.
It's true. Champion fighters are like the most boring vanilla.
It's okay. We'll talk about that in the episode.
Yeah, which is the next episode's paladins. Starting at level 1, you get to use bardic inspiration equal to a number of times as your charisma modifier, which should be pretty good because charisma is like your starting kind of thing. And obviously you want to play something that has a lot of charisma.
Yeah,
like a race. So half elf is the easiest suggestion, but if you want to go crazy with it, you can go tiefling or maybe even dragonborn if you want to go really crazy with it.
I mean, most bards that I've seen it's always a tiefling.
Half orcs.
Wait, no.
I mean, why not?
It's a tiefling.
Yeah, most bards are tieflings.
Cool.
Wait, hold on. Did they get something to their intelligence, or is it just? Wait a minute.
What?
What else is it? Is it intelligence and charisma? That's what they get for tieflings.
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, because that makes it a really obvious choice if that's. Yeah. No, actually, your intelligence score is increased by 1, and your charisma score increases by 2. Wow, they actually don't get a physical attribute. That's actually kind of. All right.
That's a cool man. Wow.
I'm sorry. Every time someone plays a tiefling, I'm like, oh my god, okay.
Why not let people enjoy things, Andrew?
No. I don't care about your edgy try hard I'm a demon kind of guy.
Demons are fantastic.
Doom
keep playing your stupid humans.
I will keep playing my stupid humans.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Yeah, I will. With my +1 to everything. Yeah, you will.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. And then we move down to a level 2. You get Jack of all trades.
Literally Jack of all trades.
Yes. You add half of your proficiency to any ability that doesn't. Well, not everything. The ones that don't have a proficiency bonus already attached to it.
So everything.
I mean, you'll have proficiency with everything, but some of them will have +2 instead of +1.
That's so weird to think about. A bard is needs to make oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Wait, is religion a check in 5e?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew, we play 5e every Wednesday.
I know, because I keep my brain is confusing 3.5 with 5e because there's a lot of crossover. So I'm sorry, I'm getting old.
Wow, Andrew, it's in your mind.
A little bit more every day. But yeah, so half of your proficiency, what's your proficiency is what?
Well, you start with 2.
Yeah,
+2.
So +1 to everything is really, you know.
It's like having a human.
Oh my God.
But more useful.
It's like having a human that can see in the dark. It's like having a human that's not dead weight.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna show this episode to Howard.
He listens to our episodes.
Ah!
or at least he pretends to.
But it's like think about it. Okay, so if we're going by what the rule books say, you went to a college, like a bard went to a college. So that's like assuming like academia and stuff like that and lecture halls.
Yeah.
So why the fuck would they be good at survival?
they took a class and they remember like the basics, like survival 101. They're just good enough to like maybe not die in the first day.
They dated a druid girl for a couple of weeks.
They were really into it in that really awkward stage. Yeah.
She was able to score him the really good shit in college. So that shit that grows in the Feywild, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that stuff. Yeah.
It's like all like rainbow and crap.
Oh man. This is how we get taken down.
We're not talking about anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's true. Also, besides Jack of all trades, you get Song of Rest.
Yes. So Song of Rest is when you're doing a short rest, you can add a D6 to the HP that people recover. And when you level up, that increases to a D8 at 9th, a D10 at 13th, and a D12 at 17th. So
that could be pretty helpful, especially at level 2.
Yeah, earlier levels that's going to be really helpful because that 6 that's like a whole wizard's health if they have good, if they have good constitution, and it's like as it levels up, it's not going to blow anyone away, but it's still like I'm not going to knock like an extra potential 12 health at 17th level. That could be a situation where we need to take a short rest, but I only have one like hit die left, and but I'm down like 40 points. So then the bard does Song of Rest, and it's not going to completely close that gap, but it does get me a little bit closer to where I'm comfortable going out and getting my shit rocked by a lich. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So yeah. And I was gonna say, wait, does it come back at a short rest or a long rest? But it says in the text you use it at a short rest. You use it at a short rest, Andrew.
Andrew, are you even reading anymore?
Huh?
Are you even reading anymore?
No. I read this morning to like refresh myself, and that's where I got the idea for my Warforged barge. So
oh my god, we'll talk about that later.
No, we're going to talk about that right now.
No, Andrew, this is your 20th character for Avernus. We haven't even gotten session 0.
It's not. It's like realistically, it's like my 6th. Okay,
it's your 6th.
It's my okay. Hold on. If we're talking with or without backstory, with backstory, it's my 4th. Without backstory,
how many with paperwork do you have?
So far, none. But that is subject to change before this episode publishes.
All right.
That's the only thing. I haven't put pen to paper yet. So that's the only thing that's like, I'm not crazy, guys. I just have a lot of ideas.
You have one for each player.
I know. I have like one for each class. That just means I'm excited. You should be appreciative.
I am appreciative. I'm just not appreciative of you changing your mind every 2 seconds.
I have inspiration. Okay, I am so sorry that I want to. This is fun for me. Why are you telling me not to enjoy things?
I'm not. I appreciate your characters.
Look, this is the only thing that gets me through the fucking day.
Alcohol doesn't even do it anymore.
If the group chat had any fucking clue how many times I changed my mind.
They do not. They know you have a lot. They just don't know how many you actually have gone through.
And it's funny because you can see in like the group's faces like the dawning realization that, oh my God, Jose was not joking.
He wasn't exaggerating.
If anything, he was underselling it.
Oh shit! All right. So
okay.
Song of Rest. You get 1d6 when you take a short rest.
Yep.
And then at level 3, we get to pick your college, which we'll go over then in a little bit.
Yep. And the colleges are it's a very even split.
Yeah.
One is spellcasting, the other one's fighting, melee fighting. So, but yeah, we'll get into that.
And then you get expertise at level 3 also. You double, just like everybody else's, you double 2 of your skills proficiencies. Well, not by everybody else's, but like other expertises. And then also you get ability score improvement, which is fine, whatever. And then level 5.
Hold on. For expertise at 3rd level, you choose 2 your skill proficiencies and double it. And then at level 10, you can do another 2 skills. So
Right.
Yeah.
And then at level 5, you get Font of Inspiration, which
means you regain all your bardic inspiration after a short rest, not a long rest.
Instead, yeah, exactly.
So,
well, and also the long rest, but you know,
right?
Semantics.
But yeah. I mean,
then
if you're gonna be that guy, it's like I'm gonna take a long rest. Oh, but you didn't say you regained your bardic inspiration. Fucking got him.
Good.
How much of a dick are you gonna be?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and then level 6, Counter Charm.
I love this ability.
Yes.
So, Counter Charm. Say it for the people in the back, Jose.
Counter Charm.
What is it? No, what is it?
You start performing, and then creatures around you essentially gain advantage on saving throws against being frightened or charmed.
They have to hear you to gain this benefit, which means they can't be incapacitated.
Right. So you're doing your things.
Now, when I read that, what immediately pops into my head was the group is fighting like an adult dragon. Let's say it's an adult white dragon, and it uses its fearful presence, and everyone's starting to get frightened. Suddenly, here comes the bard, power sliding, like in front of the dragon. Pyrotechnics start going off, like behind him, like the sparkler fountains kind of a thing. And he starts playing Eruption by Van Halen, right? And it's to the point that like the spotlights are on him, and he's like fucking sweating, and like some of the sweat's falling on like the neck of the guitar. And then he's done, and then he stands up and he's like, all right. And everyone's fine.
It's for 1 minute, right?
Yeah, I mean, why the fuck not? The entire time during that adventure, he was playing shit like "The Sound of Silence" by Simon and Garfunkel, but just for this one moment, he plugs in the lute into like the little pocket amp that he has. So.
And then nobody else is frightened or charmed anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I fucking wouldn't be.
And then you skip 4 levels and you get Magical Secrets.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Oh, you get to pick 2 spells from any class. Any class.
And I like how it says you get to pick 2. You get to pick 2 spells from any class, including the Bard class, if you so choose.
like, why would I do that?
First, yeah, why exactly would you do that? Because by the time you're level 10, you would know 14 spells,
right?
And by the time you're level 20, you would know 22 spells. So it's not like at that point you're going to have so many spells you're probably not even actually going to know what you're going to do with them.
Yeah,
you know. I mean, especially if you're someone like me who like sees the utility spells and like, all right. Like, I guess I'll pick that up. That might come in handy. where otherwise I'm like, fireball, hell yeah.
Which, you know, at level 10, yeah, you're right. You have a shit ton of spells.
Right. And there's no reason to not, I think, hold on. I don't think they get like a spell like Find Familiar or anything like that, which if they get a familiar, oh my gosh. Hold on. Let me look at the spells they don't get. Jose, you still with me?
Yes.
Okay. I just couldn't tell if you were like not there.
No, I'm here.
Okay. Oh, they do
You
get
know-
glove wording. What's up?
You know what's a weird? Like I don't know. It skips from level 10 to 20 until you get something new.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's your colleges are gonna.
Even that, it's only at level 14.
Yeah, I was gonna say to a lesser degree, your colleges kind of fill in that gap. But yeah, you're right. There is really not a whole lot that Well, like I said, because it is such a dedicated spellcasting class, I think they did that so it wouldn't be like completely overpowered.
Hey, listen, you're cool with your guitar or whatever, but you can't be that cool.
Oh, you know what? I just realized something. The bards get all of the power words.
Huh.
They're the only ones that get the spell power word heal. Wow.
I mean, that kind of makes sense to me.
Yeah, but not even the cleric gets power word heal.
Because he can't sing, Andrew.
Yeah. No, it's just that's really...
or rhyme.
Well, I mean, it's like, you know what power word heal does?
Know the specifics.
It heals you for literally everything.
That's a lot of healing.
Like if you are if you're at 1 HP and you are riddled with diseases and like paralysis and stuff, power word heal, boom, you are literally as good as new.
What level is it?
It's a level 9th spell.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, or sorry, a 9th level spell slot.
Well, you can only use that at level 17. So
yeah,
gotta make sense.
Yeah, but I mean, still, that's pretty good.
Level 17, Andrew.
Okay, but also at level 17, you can also cast power word kill.
Who the fuck is gonna be doing anything at level 17? Not us.
That's an episode for a later day. where we talk about how Wizard of the Coast are fucking cowards.
Oh, Andrew, you can't say that too loud.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
we're trying to be on their good side, man.
Fucking cowards!
Shut up, Andrew.
What are they gonna do? C and D us? It's fine. That's exactly what they're gonna do.
Next episode, we regretfully have to inform you that we are done talking about D&D. Now we're moving on to beer.
It starts in the year 10,000.
Oh shit! All right. So let's keep going.
We can't talk about Warhammer 40k lore.
No, Andrew.
Fine. That's an episode for another time. No, it's not.
We're talking about bards.
Okay. Yeah. So at 20th level, when you roll initiative and you have no bardic inspiration, you get 1.
Oh, is it 1? I thought it was all of them.
Nope. It says you regain 1 use of bardic inspiration.
Well, that's fucking useless.
It's just like, here you go. Like someone like flips a coin your way. Just want.
Okay. Well, that's.
I mean, bardic inspiration at level 20. It's a D12, so I don't know. That's really. I mean, that's
for your other skills, though.
I can see that being. If you want to have like a really dramatic moment where it's like, I have 1 bardic inspiration left and the barbarian is going in for the potential killing blow. However, he is like being hit by all these status effect spells. So, I gotta give him this like clutch moment and just like play my heart out and give him that extra D12. Ah, shit, I rolled 2. Well, good luck with that.
That's all you get, bro. Sorry.
I did my best. These strings are old. They're stale.
I haven't changed them in over a year.
Yeah, because our fucking roadie's a goblin.
Damn.
So, all right. So
that's all the basic stuff.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to colleges.
Not a lot of stuff. It's literally like a page and a third for everything the bard gets.
Yeah, it really is.
And it's even worse because of the colleges.
What?
I said it's even worse when you get to the colleges.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So like, so let's get going. So the first one, College of Lore.
Yep. This is going to be the one that is about spellcasting. You're the bard that even though you know how to play an instrument, you actually studied.
Yeah.
You know, you're that bard that learns how to play something besides Wonderwall. And
Wonderwall though, all the girls like it.
You're that bard that also learned how to play One by Metallica. So you're impressing everybody. God, I fucking hate that. Like, I hate that. That's so true. But I really like how the flavor text for College of Lore says, when the applause dies down, the audience members find themselves questioning everything they led to be true, from their faith to the priesthood to the local temple to their loyalty to the king. It's like that immediately makes me think of what was the Sinead O'Connor thing where she like ripped up a picture of the Pope on stage or some shit like that. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
There was it was a huge controversy. I want to say it was like mid 90s, and Sinead O'Connor was performing. If you even know who Sinead O'Connor is, because she's completely fallen off the face of the earth. And she said something. She said something like, death to all pigs or some crap like that, and took out a picture of the then Pope and like ripped it up and crap like that. And that like kind of ruined her career, I
did. Yes, I know who this is.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, not in so many words, but that's kind of,
yeah.
It
was on Saturday Night Live. Damn.
It was Saturday Night Live. Yeah, you're right.
Ooh. Oh yeah, that's one way to kill your career.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people's careers die on Saturday Night Live. So.
Oh man.
But this is probably the most typical like kind of bard, the guy that goes around, tells tales, weaves magic with his music. Fun fact, bards are not only just lyricists and poets, they're also genealogists.
Huh.
Yeah, they have to know the genealogy of whoever monarch they're dealing with or something like that. So
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, you can put that one in the bank for you. So
never gonna use it.
That one's free.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah. So
what do you get with the College of Lore at level 3?
At level 3, you gain bonus proficiencies, which means you gain proficiencies with 3 skills of your choice. And at level 3,
assuming that you already have like 5 of the skills.
Yeah, this is a class where you're going to have proficiency. If you're really, really smart, you're going to have proficiencies in
a lot of things.
Almost everything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the appeal of a bard, is that they get proficiencies in it. I mean, just talk to your DM, be like, hey, is this going to be are we going to be like out in the woods a lot? Okay, I'm going to dump my proficiencies in like survival and stuff like that. So somehow the dude with the guitar can outforge the ranger for food. God, what a fucking thumb in the eye that would be.
This reminds me of the festival I was on last year, man. There was no food and running water. We had to find stuff.
Yeah, man. It was like a real fucking like spiritual experience, man. I got like fucking closer to nature. I was on a lot of shrooms then.
You want some? I still have some left.
Yeah, man. And then that's when you realize that we're all part of the same consciousness.
All the planes are one.
Yeah, man. Like, what even is like the plane? Man, you're talking about reality, and that's like a concept, dude. Like, why are we even dealing with gold? It's just shiny rocks.
This is all made up by the man.
Yeah, man. They just fucking like want you to believe there's spell slots, man. They're trying to hold back our capabilities.
Oh God! Please,
why does Lord Waterdeep gotta hide his face? What's up with that, man?
Please don't be that player.
I'm gonna be that guy. Write down a new idea.
Oh God!
Stoner psychedelic bard.
Man, what the hell, man? What are we going to hell for, dude? So stupid.
What is it?
You know what is hell is just a place, man. War is hell, you know?
Yeah. You know what's like really hell, bro? Like fucking Saigon in 72. That was war. I mean, that was hell, man. I wasn't there. I wasn't even born. I was born in 89, but like whatever, man.
Are you already writing this one down?
A little bit. he's the guy that like that's like check out my new jam, and it's like a fucking 20-minute long like psychedelic rock song that goes fucking nowhere.
Yeah. Oh shit.
It's like it's about the Nixon administration.
but there's not a single word in that.
and the half-orc barbarian's like, the what? It's like, you wouldn't fucking get it, man, because you're not awake like I
am. Be woken, man.
I've been asleep for 3 years. You guys want some Molly?
I love how these students are completely out of like the setting of the adventure. Like I don't know, man. I fell asleep and I woke up here, dude. I'm just playing along to see where it goes.
Dude, I took some fucking bad acid and I showed up here, man.
It's the fucking orc, man. What the hell? This thing's not real. Boulder Gate, yeah, I played that video game. It was great in the early 2000s.
Man, I knew I shouldn't have smoked that fucking pill, bro.
He's just completely self-aware of everything.
Oh my god, that's so.
What the hell, man? What? There's a portal to hell? Why are we going to hell, dude? It's so nice up here.
Oh shit, dude! I rolled really bad on my roll. I'm sorry, man.
Like in character, the big evil demon is just like, what are you talking about? Dude, I just rolled like a 2, man. Your AC is probably like 17. My what?
Sorry, man. I'm like really fucking hungover from last night.
He for some reason always has like a pipe.
He has done every drug.
Yeah. Oh god.
I think I saw
level 3.
I think I saw a Feywild when I was high on DMT one time, man. It was like fucking awesome, bro. Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Why does he keep playing that same song?
He would be the bard that is doing the guitar like mouth harmonica combo, like really obnoxiously.
He carries the guitar like upside down on his back. You know what I'm talking about?
He plays it upside down because it's like what fucking Hendrix did, man. He was a fucking rebel, bro.
Do you still have your draft card? I burned mine.
The government fucking took him out, man. He knew too much.
Good.
Oh, fucking A. All right, so level 3.
Cutting words.
What? That was fucking off the rails, man. Speaking of rails, bro, you want some nose candy, man? It helps you perform. Oh, this is going to be the only podcast episode that's going to have like an explicit title just because we're talking about drugs.
And you're cutting words.
All right, so got it.
I wrote down. You make fun of someone and they cry for 1d6.
I actually saw it as like, you okay. So hold on.
You take 1d6 of bitch damage.
Okay, so before we get into the jokes, so what cutting words does is that it, you use your, god damn it, you use your bardic inspiration to subtract from a creature's attack roll, ability check, or damage roll. Right. So you know what I did? It just made me think of like the Lich is like trying to cast a spell or something like that, and the bard is like, Sphincter says what, and Lich is like, what? And it's like, 1d6 against that.
And you hear Howard in the background, like, got him.
Fuck you. 1d6 bitch damage. And just like a single tear rolls down their cheek.
Yeah. It's not a lot. But eventually it'll evolve into a psychological problem.
You miss with your attack. You know what else doesn't miss you? Your dad.
The Lich stops and just goes.
It's literally the meme of jazz music stops. Oh God, you can be so mean if you're a bard. This is why I love, like, you know what? I love this class now. I'm sorry. Oh God.
Let's move on because we cannot do another 3-hour episode.
Well, I mean, we shouldn't have gone 45 minutes talking about like the dude's mind-opening experience. All
right, level 6. What do we get at level 6? Additional magical secrets. You get to learn another 2 spells.
Another 2 spells. So yeah, so if you're playing, well, I mean, first of all, this is at level 6. So at level 6, which is fairly early on, you're going to learn an additional 2 spells, and then at level 10 you get another 2 spells. So you get a whopping 4 spells out of any class of your choice.
That's pretty bomb.
That's actually really good.
Yeah.
Especially because it's going to use charisma as your spellcasting modifier, obviously. So how do you justify using charisma to cast fireball?
My mixtape's on fire, man.
It's just like playing the guitar really fast and your fingers catch on fire. Oh, that would actually be a really good way to like do Burning Hands, where it's like he's strumming it super fast and he just tilts the guitar forward and just
star power, do star power. Wait, what?
Yeah, you got to tilt the guitar up, man. Oh wait, no, my little accelerometer thing doesn't work. You got to hit the select button.
What is this dude talking about? The rest of the party's just very confused about everything this guy says.
Don't worry about it, man. We played a lot of that in intro to economics class. It's pretty fucking cool, bro.
Oh, now I want to play Rock Band.
Me too. I miss Rock Band. Mm-hmm. Oh, well.
Anyways. Level 14. Peerless skill.
Okay, so starting at level 14, when you make an ability check, you can spend 1 use of Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah.
Roll Bardic Inspiration and add the number roll to your ability check. You can choose to do so after you roll the die for your ability check, but before the DM tells you whether you succeed or fail. So at first, you're like, oh, that's stupid. You know, like, that's kind of what Bardic Inspiration does. No. Because Bardic Inspiration is for other people. Now you give yourself that little bit. Now you're giving yourself that motivation. You're digging deep. And you're like, wait, maybe the strength I need was in me this whole time. Oh, man, and you start to believe in yourself.
Get yourself together, man. Just like in Woodstock. We'll be fine.
Yeah, man. Fuck it. You remember when the fucking Who came on and they were playing Love Rain Over Me and the sun came up and it was fucking sick, bro.
Who? What?
No, what?
Says the fighter right next to him.
The what? No, the Who, man.
Andrew, please play a self-aware character. The dude is so out of his mind that he's aware he's in a D&D game.
When he's going to be a guy that has his own version of the book for the campaign. And it's like, yeah, man, the city map says that the blacksmith's over here. But we have to go on a quest for a verse to get our swords forged in silver, so we might as well just want to go ahead and get that out of the way. What? How did you know this? Are you some kind of god?
He wears sandals through the whole game.
That would actually be a really good. I mean, I wouldn't do it for a big adventure that you're looking forward to. Right. That would actually be a really good way to justify like the DM has the book that you're running it out of, kind of a thing, and as long as you're communicating, like if Heather wanted to run Ghost of Salt Marsh, I have Ghost of Salt Marsh, so like I could like play like a self-aware character, like no man, we can't go on that ship yet. We have to, go over here to the other side of town, but we have to prompt the quest first, so let's go talk to them and blah.
Oh man! All right, so one college down.
Yeah, that was the college. That was the College of Lore.
So essentially, this dude is just a spellcaster. He's really good with his words, and he can just get shit done.
And he did all the drugs.
He's very open minded.
I mean, yeah. Okay.
Right. College of Valor.
Hold on, just a second. Give me a second. Hold on.
You need to breathe. So College of Valor.
Yep.
Let me read the flavor text. Hold on.
Yeah, by all means, go ahead.
Bards of the College of Valor are daring scouts who keep alive the memory of the great heroes of the past, and thereby inspire new generations of heroes. These bards gather in mead halls, or around great bonfires to sing the deeds of the mighty, both past and present. They travel to the land to witness great events firsthand, and to ensure that the memory of those events doesn't pass from the world. With their songs, they inspire others to reach the same heights of accomplishment as of the heroes of old.
This is literally Dandelion.
Yes, a valley of plenty, valley of plenty.
And that's okay. That's what problem. This is. I don't want to say the better of the two, but I see a lot more people playing College of Valor more than College of Lore, and that's only because it's a lot more versatile. Because a bard is already a spellcaster, so the lore one just kind of leans into that a little bit more. Yeah, but the College of Valor, it evens the spread out a bit.
Right.
So right at the gate at level 3. You get proficiencies with medium armor, where before you only had light armor, shields, and all martial weapons.
Yes, sir.
Which, I mean, actually, you know what? Hold on. Now that I think about it, is there a finesse weapon that's better than the rapier?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I really don't think so. So it's like, okay, cool, thanks. I mean, the medium shields is handy. Like that, I mean, the medium shields, what the fuck am I saying? The medium armor and shields in of themselves is pretty handy. So I would say probably just that alone makes it worth it.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at weapons. Let's see. No, the rapier is the best one. It does 1d8, whereas all the other ones do 1d6. So.
Yeah, rapier is pretty much the best finesse weapon.
I mean, unless you want to
there's something I'm missing.
No, I'm not. Well, it says martial weapons, so that means you can use ranged weapons as well. Martial range weapons. So that does give a little bit of extra oomph. But I mean, other than that, unless you want to get real crazy and pick up a great sword, I mean, you could. So I'm not going to knock it. I mean, maybe you're playing a half orc bard.
That's true.
I mean, you rolled really good for your stats, and you want to use that, that half orc brutal critical. So yeah, by all means, hey man, you do you, whatever makes you happy. It's D&D. You can do literally anything.
It's true.
So, and also at level 3, they get combat inspiration, which I think is awesome. At 3rd level, you learn to inspire others in battles. A creature that has bardic inspiration die from you can roll that die and then add the number to a weapon's damage roll it just made.
Yep, and then they get a bonus to the AC.
Yep. Alternatively, when an attack roll is made against a creature, you can use a reaction to use the bardic inspiration and add the bardic inspiration AC to that attack. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
An extra D6 all the way up to an extra D12 is nothing to sneeze at. For AC, just AC. I'm not even talking about damage. God, can you imagine an extra 12 AC against something?
even just an extra D6. Like, let's say he rolled max on that die roll.
That's an extra.
Even if you're a wizard, let's say you're a wizard and 13 AC plus 6. That's 19. That's almost better than a low level cleric.
That's not trying to optimize their build would have like an 18 AC. So, God, can you imagine an extra 12 AC? Jesus. Because, I mean, think about it. Even legendary armor only goes up to +3. So,
yeah, that's true.
So having a +6 right out the gate, a potential +6.
Yeah.
Right out the gate. Holy crap.
Can you imagine like a cleric
That's
or like
cool.
with a cleric with like a shield and it's an AC 20 plus a 12? Does a 32 hit? Yes.
It doesn't. Oh, does a 27 hit? No. Oh, God, fuck. I'm a Valor Bard. But then at level 6, you just get an extra attack. Okay.
Yeah. That's a pretty standard for any like melee fighting class.
Right. And like I said, because you're going to be using dexterity as your main melee, you're going to be doing decent dexterity damage. You're probably not going to be doing as much as the rogue or a dex-based fighter, but you'll still be doing decent.
Yeah.
And then at level 14, you get battle magic. Let me try that again. At level 14, you get battle magic.
Oh, battle magic. It's not as cool as it sounds.
I don't think so.
I mean, when you see the words battle magic, you imagine like, oh, some cool ass specific magic for like damage dealing. But all it means is that you get to attack after you use a spell. You can do an attack as a bonus action.
I think that. Oh well, hold on. It's going to be at level 14. So your stats are going to be pumped up twice. Actually, 3 times. Because 4, 8, and 12, you're going to get extra stats.
Yeah.
So your charisma is probably, if you've played an optimized build, your charisma is probably going to be capped, which means you're going to be putting more points in the dexterity.
Yeah.
So if you're going to be using like an offensive spell like Shatter, so you can hit a group of people. And then if there's someone right next to you that you couldn't hit, you'd get that extra bonus attack. So, I mean, that's like that. I don't know. I think that's pretty good.
It's cool. It's just not as badass as I thought it was going to be.
It's not as awe-inspiring as the title said it was going to be.
Yeah, exactly.
This is literally the equivalent of looking at a Molly Hatchet album. And you're like, holy shit, this is going to be the most fucking awesome heavy metal. No, it's Southern rock. Fuck. Okay. So, and that's it for bards.
For the PHP, though.
Craig plays out.
Wait, what?
I don't have the Xanathar's guide. I sold it. I sold it for my Warhammer 40k figures.
You put the starter set, the 2 miniatures that you have to build and paint?
No, it comes with 25. So, little fun story. Got my stimulus check in the other day, and as a joke, I showed Teresa the starter set that I showed you for Warhammer 40k.
Yeah,
and she's like, "You're not actually going to do that, are you?" No, Andrew, listen to me. You need to use that money to help pay off bills and stuff like that. She got like really serious. I'm like, baby, it was a joke. Calm down. I'm not actually. You think I'm fucking crazy? I'm not gonna.
Dude, like, I like to waste money, but $250 for freaking miniatures like that
for a starter set.
For starters, it's not even like a full army. Like if you go with that to the store, you'll get your butt handed to you, and then you want to buy more.
And then you'll get laughed at.
Yeah. So. Like if the 250 will give me like a full army that I could actually play with, yeah, why not? You know? Yeah. And even then, like that's still a lot of money. But 250 for like half an army, no.
That's why I play D&D, because by comparison, it is so much cheaper.
That's what I thought Chris said.
because it's like, yeah, I do have a lot of the books, but really you only need 3. Mm-hmm. The rest you can just kind of fine tune it and like jury rig it to where it's your own thing. So the rest, like Mordecai and Stone of Foes and stuff like that, that's just like for ideas. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a really cool book, but I mean, you really only need the main 3, maybe Xanathars.
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm talking.
I was there.
Yes, I'm here. I'm talking.
Jose, where'd you go? Jose, I'm scared.
I'm here.
Jose, please don't let me again.
So you did hear me.
I heard that.
I was telling you I was there. Look, I'm here.
I know it'll really scare him. I'll just burp really disgusting.
Oh, shit. All right, Andrew. So moving on to Xanathar.
So moving on to Xanathars. One of the things we actually haven't talked about when it comes to Xanathars is like the little like personality trait things. Like, do you want to go over that? Or you just want to be like, fuck it. Let's just go through the subclasses.
Nah, let's go through the classes.
Okay. That's all right.
Fuck that shit.
Well, okay.
Music is stupid. Wait, I changed my mind. Music is fun. Play more music. No, I was right the first time. Music is stupid, but I want. What? Maim you after all.
Maim.
What does that mean?
That means like beat you up and tear you apart.
Oh, okay.
Like a bear will maim you.
Ooh, I learned a new word today. I won't maim you after all, in case I change my mind again. Oh, Sammy.
That sounds like a 14-year-old. Sounds like a 14-year-old that just discovered Queen, and he thinks he knows the end all be all of music.
Music, yeah. Hey man, I was that 14-year-old. Shut the fuck up.
I was born in the wrong generation.
Yeah, I was one of those. Oh man. All right, so
that single-handedly made me not like Queen for a good long time.
Oh, really?
And by a good long time, I mean literally like a month ago when Teresa bought some Queen records. I'm like, these are actually pretty good. So I held on to that shit for like 12 years, man.
Damn, bro. That's not good for your health.
Yeah, well, you know. And here we are.
All right, so Xanathar. We got 2 new colleges.
Yep, the College of Glamour, College of Swords, and College of Whispers. Sorry.
Whispers.
The College of Whispers.
Shit too loud. It's a College of Whispers.
The College of Whispers.
It's just ASMR.
So the College of Glamour is actually a... Hold on a second.
Oh, God.
I'm going to blow my nose ASMR style.
Please don't.
No, I wouldn't do that. Fuck. And do what? Scare off our only 2 listeners? Why would I do
you know that Heather doesn't like ASMR?
She doesn't?
She always cringes whenever we start doing noises.
Oh, I didn't know. I was joking. I'm sorry.
Right. So, College of Glamour.
College of Glamour. So, do you want me to read the flavor text on this?
Do it.
Okay. The College of Glamour. I don't know why it's spelled with a U. It's spelled in that weird UK way.
The wrong way.
Yeah, the wrong way. I was just about to say that. God, fucking gotta beat those Brits back one more time.
American.
Get all fucking uppity. The College of Glamour is the home of bards who mastered their craft in the vibrant realm of the Feywild, or under the tutelage of someone who dwelled there. Oh no. I just realized the joke that we made. Tutored by satyrs, eladrin, and other fae, these bards learn to use their magic to delight and captivate others. The bards of this college are regarded with a mixture of awe and fear. Their performances are the stuff of legend. These bards are so eloquent that a speech or song that one of them performs can cause captors to release the bard unharmed and can lull a furious dragon into complacency. The same magic that allows them to quell beasts' mind. The same magic that allows them to quell beasts can also bend minds. Villainous bards of this college can leech off a community for weeks, misusing their magic to turn their hosts into thralls. Heroic bards of this college intend to use this power to gladden the downtrodden and undermine oppressors. Okay, so
is this like the pop music of the bards?
I was actually thinking either that or the guy that's doing a lot of psychedelics and he has like a lot of groupies like that, you know.
Oh man. All right. So what do we get at level 3? Tell me.
Okay. All right. Let's not riot here.
We're
Okay,
already 2 hours and 30 minutes in.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
No, I'm kidding. We're not. We're only
okay.
we're only 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Oh, you're being such a baby. All right. All right. So level 3. Let me bring the market over here. Level 3, you get the Mantle of Inspiration. When you join the College of Glamour at 3rd level, you gain the ability to weave a song of fey magic that imbues your allies with vigor and speed. As a bonus action, you can expend one of your uses of bardic inspiration to grant yourself a wondrous appearance. When you do so, choose a number of creatures you can see and that can see within 60 feet, and that's equal to your charisma modifier. Each of them gain 5 temporary hit points. When a creature gains these temporary hit points, it can immediately use its reaction to move up to its speed without provoking opportunity attacks. The number of temporary hit points increases to 8 at 5th level, 11th at 10th level, and 14th at 15th level. So
so for a wizard, it's like half his life.
Yes. At 15th level, that extra 14 is half. Oh my god. I can breathe.
You just got hit once. What?
You hit a particularly sharp edge of the table, man. Are you okay? I'm on a lot of blood thinners. It's reacted to my Coumadin. All right.
Oh shit.
So I would actually say the temporary hit points are handy, but the moving up to your speed without provoking opportunity attacks to me seems handier.
Yes. No, I agree with that. Because like, no, because like 5 temporary hit points, it's yeah. At level 3, I mean, it's fine. It helps, but it's not.
Right.
You know, like it's but getting out of a really bad situation, especially your wizards and your squishy ones.
It's
it's like you could even say like a regroup type situation.
Yeah, it's funny because it says it's called the Mantle of Inspiration, when really it should have been called Mantle of Get the Fuck Out, because that's what it seems like. No, because really
it's inspiring you to get the fuck out, dude.
Yeah. I'm inspiring a retreat.
Such inspiration.
Let me think about it. So you get the extra hit points in case they like shoot at you while you're running away, and then your movement for your reaction does not provoke opportunity attacks. So you can, if your fighters or whatever are in the thick of it, they can get out and just bug out really easily without getting hit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It says one thing, but I'm reading another. So,
maybe they had that name before, but they had to change it because it seemed to be a little bit too much of a wimp skill.
Yeah. They were like, Jeff, we can't call it the Mantle of Cowardice. This is not gonna work. So,
Mantle of Inspiration, I guess.
Fine, I'll call it the Mantle of Inspiration.
Also on level 3, you get enthralling performance.
It was like 4:45 on a Friday. He wasn't going to fight it. He just wanted to go home.
Yeah. Fine.
Fuck it, whatever. Yeah, anyway, so enthralling performance.
You get to charm people.
You get to what?
You get to charm people?
Oh, I thought you said you get to shorten people. Like, how the hell?
You're short now.
I'm going to use my bardic magic to blow out their kneecaps.
Jesus. I mean, that's a level 3 spell.
Isn't that what Shatter does?
Yeah, technically.
So what exactly is enthralling performance, Jose?
Well, you see, starting at level 3, you can charge your performance with a seductive fey magic.
See, I don't like the fact that it said seductive. like I read that, I'm like, all right.
Andrew is very seductive.
You had to use that word, wizards.
They knew what they were doing.
These fuckers.
Anyways, but any humanoid within 60 feet of you who watched and listened, by the way, all of it, because it's 1 minute long. They have to make a wisdom saving throw and succeed on your DC, obviously, or be charmed by you. How does that work? Like, because you have to do it for 1 minute, dude.
A lot
of things can happen in 1 minute.
It's better one. I think this would be a situation that's better outside of combat. Like you're like, it's an adventure where you have to like overthrow the Mad King or some crap like that. Blah, blah, blah.
Shit! This is the one that Heather used in the in Waterdeep.
Yeah, and we were like trying to buy time for her while she was performing, and she had like the lights going on and stuff like that.
There you go. It is useful outside of combat or before combat.
Yeah, if that's literally your opening act, but
you're good.
If you do it in the midst of combat, like the combat's starting to wind down, and then you use this, probably not so much. I would see its full strength coming in really handy in like a role play thing.
For sure.
So, because I mean, in role play, a minute can be like, okay, a minute passes. That's what a minute is. Whereas combat is like, no, it's 10 rounds.
Yeah,
so
that's a lot of rounds.
I mean, it's dramatic if you use it in a combat scenario, but just kind of be aware that, hey, for the next 10 rounds, this is all you're doing. So for the next 10 rounds, get ready to say, I'm going to keep using my enthralling performance. So,
Yeah. Yep. And then at level 6, you get Mantle of Majesty.
Well, hold on. Actually, hold on. Wait. Let me reread the. Yeah, at the end of the performance. Okay, I was just making sure it wasn't like within that 1 minute.
No. It's after the whole thing. And you have to watch and listen to it.
That is an investment, but it could pay off really well because they're all charmed, which means you can be like, hey, go away. But first, tell me your secrets.
Yeah, that's true.
So heavy investment, but potentially heavy payoff. Yeah, sorry. Mantle of Majesty.
I wrote down, you cast command without using a spell slot.
You cast command, and then you keep casting command. So it says on 6th level, you gain the ability to cloak yourself in a tiny. I thought that's not, for some reason I read tiny. You gain the ability to cloak yourself in a fey magic that makes others want to serve you. As a bonus action, you cast command without expending a spell slot, and you take on the appearance of unearthly beauty for 1 minute or until your concentration ends. That's concentration.
Man,
this time, what's up?
Sorry, but this would have been very useful right after level 6 on Waterdeep.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that could have been useful in Waterdeep.
Oh my god,
that we didn't
stupid ass adventure.
I know, like who?
Wizards, what are you doing to me, man?
Wizards, you're gonna get a fucking terse letter from me.
Hey, one thing I will tell about that book is that it built up Waterdeep very well.
That's what makes me think that they're gonna have to do another adventure on Waterdeep.
Yeah, I mean, if they copy, I mean, they like 2/3 of that book. No, I like 1/3 of that book is all about Waterdeep.
Right.
So if you're running an adventure in Waterdeep, that's the book you need, even if you're not using the actual adventure, because like it's all there.
That also might have been the reason why they did that too. So that way it's like, hey, here's a whole city. Like, knock yourself out. And because it's a whole city, you can make your adventure as big or as small as you want it to be.
Yeah, I guess. But I just wish they should have done like a Acquisitions Incorporated or Wildermount, where it's like they're just essentially like, hey, this is Waterdeep handbook or whatever they want to call it.
Right.
And then they tell you everything about Waterdeep in the first 2/3 of the book, and then towards the back, it's like, oh, and here's that level 1 through 5 adventure that you can run.
That actually might have been a better way to package Waterdeep.
I agree.
like Dragon Heist, like, oh, here's a little bonus. Like, it's not the whole campaign. This is not a whole adventure. It's just a little like, hey, you want to try Waterdeep?
I enjoyed the living shit out of reading that book because I learned so much about Waterdeep. And when we were done playing Dragon Heist, I'm like, man, we probably like looked at 0.1%. Oh yeah. Dude, there was so much more.
Because it's a city. It's a full blown city.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, and it's a great resource for anyone that wants to make a homebrew adventure, but they don't have the confidence or the ability to like create their own city. Just boom, just throw in Waterdeep. It has everything there. So
exactly.
Yeah. So.
Call it Water Shallow.
No, you don't even have to just say it's in Waterdeep. But then just have like because it's a city. You could do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like it does, like you don't have to be affiliated with the Harpers or anything like that. Like you can just kind of do your own thing, you know?
Yeah. But anyways, enough of that crap.
Yeah. Sorry to get on about Dragon Heist again.
For the past 20 minutes.
We don't have therapists, so this is how we get it out of our system.
Yeah, you are our therapist, actually.
Can you imagine a fucking therapist having to listen to us go on about what, like, this is
They just have to listen to one episode of this podcast and they'll just like, these guys are just, they need like, serious therapy.
This is the fourth fucking session that we talked about this goddamn RPG. Yeah, no, you know what? That actually sounds like you are withholding a lot of emotion.
You need to let this stuff out.
Yeah. Fucking God, this job does not pay enough. It's a goddamn game. It's not a game. Okay?
It's an experience.
It's a way of life.
Damn it, Andrew. We're getting fucking out of level 14. What do we get at level 14?
It's not a race, it's a creed.
We choose this.
This is the way. At level 14th, you get unbreakable majesty, which means at 14th level, your appearance permanently gains an otherworldly aspect that makes you look more lovely and fierce, like Rihanna.
That's in the book, actually.
Yeah, that's exactly what it says. It says and fierce ... like Rihanna. In addition, as a bonus action, you can assume a magically majestic presence for 1 minute or until you are incapacitated for the duration. Whenever a creature tries to attack you on the first time on a turn, the attacker must make a charisma saving throw against your spell save DC. On a failed save, it can't attack you on this turn and must choose a new target for its attack, or the attack is wasted.
Right.
On a successful save, it can attack you on its turn, but it has disadvantage on any saving throw it makes against your spells on your next turn. And then you get it back at the end of a long or short rest.
Right. So, hey, I'm too pretty. You can't really touch me.
And the fact that it makes him roll a charisma saving throw. Last I checked, I mean, I don't remember a good amount of monsters or enemies having very good charisma.
No.
So it's to the best of my understanding, I could be wrong. I have not combed through all the monster manuals, so I'm recording this bit for future reference. I will be fact checking myself in the future on this. Just like, God, of course the fucking rust monster has like a 14 charisma. Why didn't I think that? So to the best of my knowledge, they're probably going to fail because your spell save DC is going to be pretty high at 14. Yeah. And even if they do manage to pass it, they still get disadvantage on saving throws. So it's really like at that point I would rather fail the save. I mean, I would rather fail the roll because that just means, you know, I don't get that one attack.
Right.
Because I don't want to be opened up for any potential status effects that a bard's going to do against me, you know? So it's actually, weirdly enough, it's better to have them like if someone is trying to attack you, I would actually kind of want them to make their roll, you know? That's kind of weird now that I think about it. So, I mean, it's really like a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation, but it's, you know, depending on how you play, it could really open up a lot of things. It can open up a real can of worms for the enemy.
So this college is essentially what, like a diversion?
Diversion, charming, and yeah, actually, it's more charming.
Yeah.
A little bit of diversion, a lot. It says what it is on the tin. It's all about glamour, you know, flashiness, like, you know, big hair, big 80s arena rock hair, you know, onesie spandex, you know, think Motley Crue. So, yeah, I mean, this is all about, you know, showmanship.
Yeah. All right. So that's the College of Glamour. Glamour.
What's up? You kind of cut out there.
Oh, I said so. That's the College of Glamour.
Yep.
Glamour.
Yep. And then we get into the College of Swords.
Whoa! Do we get all the swords?
No.
No.
Jose, do you want to read that flavor text for me, man?
Fine.
Jose, I believe in you.
Okay. It's like English class. You're putting me on the spot. I don't like it.
Jose, do you want to read the flavor text in song?
All right, give me a beat. Give me a beat. Do it.
What the fuck? Oh, you're putting me on the spot because I'm putting you on the spot.
Bars of the College of Swords are called blades.
Fuck, he called my bluff.
Andrew, give me a beat. Okay, no. Okay, fine. I'm gonna read it. You ready?
Yes.
Bards of the College of Swords are called blades. They entertain through daring feats of weapon prowess. Blades performs stunts such as sword swallowing. Of course,
I didn't read the flavor text until now.
Knife throwing and juggling, and muck combats. Though they use their weapons to entertain, they are also highly trained and skilled warriors in their own right. Their talent with weapons inspire many blades to lead double lives. One blade might use a circus trope as cover for nefarious deeds such as an assassination, robbery, or blackmail. Other blades strike at the wicked, bringing justice to bear against the cruel and powerful. Ooh, lost my space. Most tropes are happy to accept a blade's talent for the excitement it adds to the performance, but few entertainers fully trust a blade in their ranks. Blades who abandon their lives as entertainers have often run into trouble that make maintaining their secret activities impossible. A blade caught stealing or engaging in vigilante justice is too great a liability. For most tropes, with their weapons, skills, and magic, these blades either take up work as enforcers for thieves skills, or strike out in their own as adventurers. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of like it says right there. It's like a circus performer. Like, you know, you're entertaining, but you're also incredibly lethal while you're at it.
Yeah, I dig it.
I can see this being a very good counterpart, or like, you know, kind of like a buddy to like the rogue.
I like how they're called blades. Yeah, I'm a blade. What's that mean? What does that mean?
It means I hunt vampires, but I'm also half vampire. And that means every time I kill somebody, I have to say some motherfucker's always trying to ice skate uphill. Which apparently that line was ad-libbed. Anyways.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The director heard Wesley Snipes say it during a conversation one time. He's like, "Oh, that's fucking awesome. I'm gonna include that in the script." And Wesley Snipes like, "Why? It doesn't make sense." Anyway,
it sounds cool, man.
Yeah, exactly. It was 100% because it sounded cool. Okay. So at level 3, you get bonus proficiency, which means you get proficiency with medium armor and a scimitar.
Why a scimitar?
Just a scimitar.
You can't swallow a scimitar.
I mean, you could, but you can only do it once. If you're proficient with a simple or martial melee weapon, you can use that as a spellcasting focus for your spells.
Cool.
Yeah, spellcasting focus is like, to me, it's kind of like just flavor. So yeah. It's like, hey, as long as it wasn't stolen in the middle of the night or some crap like that, whatever.
Yeah.
It is really weird. It's like the College of Swords. You get one sword.
let me erase the S at the end of that.
Yeah, the College of Sword.
One sword? Yes, it's one.
It was actually like the College of Swords that are just scimitars, but someone like etched out the last part. Because it was like
so it can fit in the paperwork.
Yeah, it was too much, and they were like, you know, it costs like per letter. All right.
Then also at level 3, you get to pick from 2 fighting styles: dueling and 2 weapon fighting.
Right. So dueling, if you have one weapon in one hand and no other weapon, you gain a +2 to damage rolls. And then 2 weapon fighting, you add your proficiency modifier to the damage of the second attack.
Right.
So I mean, Mm,
You get to stab things. You get a little bit of fighter in you.
right, but I was thinking I would personally probably pick dueling.
Dueling seems better to me.
Yeah, because I mean that extra +2 to your damage rolls that you're already going to be doing probably pretty decent damage because it's going to be dex based anyways.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would probably pick dueling. Two weapon fighting seems cool, but I don't know. Just dueling for me. So, and then also at level 3, what?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so then also at level 3, you get Blade Flourish.
Flourish.
At 3rd level, you learn to perform impressive displays of martial prowess and speed. Whenever you take the okay, thanks, Owen Wilson. I didn't realize you were going to be the wow.
He's been listening the whole time.
Wow.
He's just sitting there listening to us talk.
Owen Wilson, are you Mind Flayer? Wow. These guys been muted half their session. Wow.
I swear to God, man.
That's a fucking hot mess for a moment.
I'm kind of happy that we muted for half of this.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I mean,
anyways,
like, what else was it gonna be? Like you cooking plantains in the background?
Today, cooking with Vesemir.
On today's session of Curse Estrad, Jose's cooking.
Oh shit! Next session will be a lot better. For our listeners that don't know what happened, we were streaming last week's episode or this week's episode of Curse Estrad, and a lot of things happened, and I stepped off for a bit. Whatever. We're halfway through the session, doing all these things, and then somebody, because of course there's never really anybody watching, but the one time that somebody was actually watching, their first comment on the chat box was,
and their only comment,
was, "You guys are muted," and then they left. It was a 3-hour session, like 1 hour and like 50 minutes and 30 minutes in, and we were muted the whole time.
Thanks, man.
we appreciate it, but
yeah, we appreciate it, but really, you're not going to salvage anything from that anyway. So even if it was unmuted, it's whatever. Anyways, back to Blade Flourish.
Wow.
Stop. Whenever you take the attack action on your turn, your walking speed increases by 10.
Cool.
And if a weapon attack that you make as part of this action hits a creature, you can use one of the following Blade Flourishes. You can use only one Blade Flourish per option, or per option per turn. Sorry, my bad. I read that weird. So you get the first one, it says, is the Defensive Flourish.
Wow.
You use one of your bardic inspirations to cause the weapon to deal extra damage to the target you hit. The damage equals the number you roll on the bardic inspiration die. You also add the number rolled to your AC until the start of your next turn.
Wow.
Then the next one is Slashing Flourish. I knew you were going to fucking do that. Slashing Flourish. You expend one use of your bardic inspiration to cause the weapon to deal extra damage to the target you hit and to any other creature. What? What's so funny?
What?
What's so funny, Jose?
I wasn't laughing.
Jose?
I'm here. I wasn't laughing.
You were laughing at something.
No, I wasn't. There's probably Kristen in the background.
Okay.
Or the demon in your room. I don't know.
or Owen Wilson in the vents. You hear that? Wow. Just wow. God damn it. I got to call the exterminator again. Get out of there, Owen Wilson. I gotta call Vince Vaughn to lure him out.
It's the only way, man. It's the most effective way.
He's not doing anything important. It's Vince Vaughn.
It's a little bit more expensive, but it gets a job done.
It's actually probably cheaper. Vince Vaughn will do anything for a paycheck.
Wow. Anyway,
God. Okay, so Slashing Flourish. You add your bardic inspiration die to any to the damage you deal to one target and to any other creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet of you. Okay, and then the last one is mobile flourish. You don't. You can expend one use of your bardic. Son of a bitch! I can't fucking do this. Okay,
Finish it. Okay, start over from mobile flourish.
okay, mobile. Now, if I say it, are you gonna like?
No, I'm not.
Okay. All right. Mobile flourish. You can expend one use of your bardic inspiration to cause the weapon to deal extra damage to the target you hit.
Damn.
The damage. The damage equals the number you roll on the bardic inspiration die. You can also push the target up to 5 feet away from you, plus a number of feet equal to the number you rolled on that die.
Wow.
You can then immediately use your reaction to move up to your walking speed to an unoccupied space within 5 feet of that target.
Wow. It can't have nice things.
I am going to make the most game-breaking character I can for this.
Can you make a part that is just Owen Wilson going? Wow.
He's just a guy. It's just Owen Wilson in a button-down, like long sleeve shirt and pants, and his spell's just going, wow.
Yeah. when the fighter's like, I'm gonna attack the dragon, and he's just, wow. Oh, you got bardic inspiration.
You get an extra plus D6. You impressed Owen Wilson.
It doesn't take much, but he's there.
Have you seen that video of someone replacing all the lightsaber noises with Owen Wilson saying,
wow. It's the best.
Oh, fucking Owen Wilson, you're awful.
Oh shit. Okay, level 6 you get an extra attack. Woohoo.
Yeah, that's it. Whoops. Okay. And then at level 14 you get the Master's Flourish. Which means whenever you use a Blade Flourish, you can roll a D6 and use that instead of expending a Bardic Inspiration die. Okay.
So is that unlimited?
It doesn't say. Hold on. Let me read that again because that wasn't the details. Starting at level 14, whenever you use a Blade Flourish option, you can roll a D6 and use it to.
Yeah, doesn't say long rest or anything.
Yeah, but hold on. Yep, you just get a free D6 now because a Blade Flourish is just whenever you use an attack, and the Master's Flourish is just whenever you use a Blade Flourish. So,
wow.
Jose, I hate you.
Why?
This is good. We will never get to number 1 in our list this way.
No, we are never gonna get to number 1. Anyways, now to the last college, the College of Whispers.
The College of Whispers.
Wow.
You have to God fucking damn it. You have to whisper the whole time.
Okay.
Can we do that? Wow. Most folks are happy to welcome a bard into their midst. Bards of the College of Whispers use this to their advantage. They appear to be like other bards, sharing news, singing songs.
Okay, I'm not doing that. Singing songs and telling tales to the audience.
No, start all over again.
Are you gonna keep that though?
Maybe. I don't know. Let's start from the beginning.
Maybe. If it doesn't make my skin crawl, I might keep that.
All right, College of Whispers.
Most folks are happy to welcome a bard into their midst. Bards of the College of Whispers use this to their advantage. They appear to be like other bards, sharing news, singing songs, and telling tales to the audience they gather. In truth, the College of Whispers teaches its students that they are wolves among sheep. These bards use their knowledge and magic to uncover secrets and turn them against others through extortions and threat. Many other bards hate the College of Whispers, viewing it as a parasite that uses a bard's reputation to acquire wealth and power. For this reason, members of this college rarely reveal their true nature. They typically claim to follow some other college, or they keep their actual calling secret in order to infiltrate and exploit royal courts and other settings of power.
Wow, what a bunch of putos.
It's a bard college so bad that not even other colleges, not even other bards are like, ew. Like,
It's Hillsborough Community College.
oh.
Say, where did you go?
This is night school.
The College of Night School.
Night school.
Oh,
Bards. Nights.
At night.
Night.
Right,
In the morning. Nights.
So what do we get? Level 3, psychic damage. I mean, psychic blade.
Psychic blades. Yeah. When you join the College of Whispers at 3rd level, and it says you join the College of Whispers. I kind of get the feeling that the College of Whispers makes you join.
After a good initiation fight.
Yeah, after a good initiation, getting the shit kicked out, you become part of the College of Whispers. This is that college that actually believes in like satanic worship and shit like that.
They have alternative things to teach.
They specialize in spiritual medicine,
essential oils and all that. Crystals.
Yeah, spiritual medicine, Eastern health, and like bookkeeping or some crap like that. So, all right,
Level 3,
Yep.
psychic blades.
when you quote unquote join the College of Whispers at 3rd level, you gain the ability to make your weapons attack magically toxic to the creature's mind. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can expend 1 use of your bardic inspiration to deal an extra 2d6 psychic damage.
2d6 is a lot of damage, man.
Especially at level 3. And it's psychic damage. So
Not a lot of people have resistance to that.
Yeah, now that I think about it.
Because I read the 2d6 and I'm like, that can't be right.
Nope.
It is 2d6, man.
However,
Even all the way to level 6, 2d6 is still like a good chunk.
Well, hold on, because it gets better. The psychic damage increases when you reach certain levels in this class, increasing to 3d6 at 5th, 5d6 at 10th, and 8d6 at 15th.
Holy hell.
Yeah. And again,
Ay, Dios mío.
And again, psychic damage.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm actually really curious as who has resistance to psychic damage, because I know there's a class in Everon that has resistance to psychic damage, right?
Your mom.
Oh shit! Fucking got him! Vicious mockery.
Vicious mockery. I did it, Mom. I did it.
Are you proud of me? No.
Oh.
I cast vicious mockery on myself.
Right.
Ooh, the rare self burn.
All right. Also at level 3, you get words of terror. You get to frighten a creature, but have to talk to it for 1 minute.
Okay, so hold on, real quick. Mind flayers are resistant to psychic damage, and beholders are resistant to psychic damage.
Okay, you're not gonna be facing a mind flayer or a beholder at level 3.
Well, I know, but still, it's also kind of implied if you're fighting a mind flayer and you're trying to use psychic damage, that's like, stop.
Right. Yeah. Like, come on.
Like, you're not going to beat them at their own game.
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah, words of terror. At 3rd level, you learn to infuse level. You already read that, didn't you?
Yes.
Sorry.
See, I don't read from the book. I take my notes.
Oh,
Andrew.
I read from
See,
the
that as
book.
a burn.
You might be misinterpreting things because you don't know how to read.
You're right.
I know Kristen reads for you.
She does.
like while you're like running a campaign, she's like whispering it into your ear. All right. So what exactly are words of terror?
It is words that make you very scared. You get so you have to talk to a person, or you have to go talk to a creature for 1 minute.
Okay.
And then they just become they become frightened of you. But my thing is that it's 1 minute, man. And they also have to succeed on a DC saving throw. I think it's wisdom. Yeah, wisdom saving throw.
Well, hold on. Let's see exactly what the frightened status does, because
it makes you cannot get closer to the creature. I think that's it.
frightened. A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the sorcerer's sphere is within line of sight. The creature can't willingly move closer to the sorcerer's sphere. So I can see this being really useful in like a role playing setting where you're just like using your words of terror, and like for a minute you just like start because it says you attempt to seed paranoia in its mind. So it's not like right out the gate you're saying like creepy shit. Like you kind of like it's normal conversation, and then you slowly start ramping it up, and then the guy's like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just essential. It's literally the exact opposite of what's it? The enthralling performance.
Yeah.
For the College of Glamour. So I mean, enthralling performance. Wow, actually, I remember that correctly.
I just imagine this as the guy who starts reading some H.P. Lovecraft to the creature,
or starts what's it? Like starts playing like a song that's like kind of normal, and then like you're like, oh, this is a nice song, and then you actually listen to the lyrics, and you're like, wait a minute. He starts playing pumped up kicks.
Oh god.
And you're like, oh no.
Oh wait. All right. But yeah, so the Words of Terror, cool. And again, it's like that earlier one that we saw. What's it called?
Enthralling
performance. Yeah.
Cool. Maybe not as useful as enthralling performance, because this is just for one person, right?
Yeah. And also it's Frightened works really well in battle. So like you're gonna like do this before battle?
You could probably start off the battle with this.
For 1 minute? But how? Like, well, whatever. The point is it's gonna be tricky to use.
Well, I mean what you could do is that you could have like soft initiative kind of a thing. Where it's like, it's like the pre-battle.
Too much work. It sucks. I don't like it.
Okay. I mean, I'm just trying to find a way to justify it. Like, whereas the enthralling performance, like everybody gets charmed by it, and this one person gets frightened by it. So if you are going to use this, you're probably going to want to target the guy that's in charge. You know. So unless you have like a specific target in mind, but even then, I don't see this having much better payoff than enthralling performance. So, because at least with enthralling performance, if you charm everybody, like the fight's kind of over, you can just tell them to go home. But if you frighten somebody, that's different. So that could have different ramifications.
So we have a skill that is not so useful, but then not like that it's not useful, but it's not like as enticing on other skills. But then they had at level 6, we get Mantle of Whispers. Ooh. And I love the flavor on this one.
The Mantle of Whispers. Do you want to read? Do you want to read it, or do you want me to read? Oh, hold on, I'm dying. Hold on. Sorry.
Oh my God. Are you done?
No. Someone cast Words of Terror on me. I'm dying.
When somebody dies within 30 feet of you, you get to steal their fucking shadow.
That tells me. Oh no! Actually, hold on. So that tells me immediately that when you see someone die in front of you, you're like, "That's fucking metal." There's a side story to that. I don't know if you want to hear the context, but that's all right.
And then you can use the shadow as an action to transform yourself into that person, or disguise yourself into that person.
That is, you now look like the dead person. You now look like the dead person, but healthy and alive.
Yeah. And then there's more.
Okay.
While you're in disguise, you gain access to all the information that the humanoid would freely share with a casual acquaintance. Such information includes general details on his background, a personal life, but doesn't include secrets. So there's that. But still,
this is
the information is enough that you can pass yourself as that person by drawing on its memories.
Another creature can see through this disguise by succeeding on a Wisdom Insight check contested by your Charisma Deception check. You gain a +5 bonus to your check.
Yeah.
This is fucking evil.
Yeah.
I think this is legitimately the most evil thing I've read.
Like
in 5e.
That's fucking dark, dude. I love it.
like kill them, take their skin, like beat.
Not even their. If it was a skin, it would be like gruesome and gross. But the fucking shadow, its essence, its memories.
Yeah, it's who it was, and like that's.
Yeah, right. It's like an evil Peter Pan.
Yeah, like God, that's man. Wizards of the Coast drew this from a fucking dark place, man. Like,
somebody had a nightmare the night before when it
the editor's like, Peter, what's going on? Man? No. We're keeping it in, but you
want to talk? Are you okay?
Yeah, dude. Are you seeing someone? You might want to fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm getting a lot of fucking red flags from this one.
Should I call HR? Are you
okay? Like,
you need some days off? Like, what's happening?
Yeah,
talk to me.
Like, dude, man, take a couple of weeks off, man.
Oh, hold on. Like, let me see. When was this book released?
Oh, why? What does that have to do with it?
2017.
Yeah,
2017. That means that they were writing it in 2016. What happened in 2016? I'm not gonna get into politics, but that happened.
Oh no!
This dude just had a breakdown.
This guy's like, you know what? Fuck it. Really? You don't think that?
No, I don't think so. I'm just no. It's just I like to connect everything bad that happens in life to 2016.
I think what they did with the College of Whispers was that they were like, okay, every college is like its own genre, you know, like glamour is pop, sword is like, I don't know what the fuck circus music would be. But then like Whispers is like black metal, like the most evil fucking genre you could think of, you know, like
oh dude.
I mean, this is never mind. We're not getting out of black metal. We don't have time for that.
Oh man.
I could go on. We don't have time for this. So yeah, God, they really like. I don't even want to read Shadow Lore because I'm scared.
Shadow Lore is a little less dark.
But that's like even like the darker, quote unquote, darker subclasses that are in Xanathars, you can kind of justify a good aligned character. You know, like a Shadow Sorcerer, okay. Right. You know, they had a bad run in with someone from the Shadowfell or something like that. So they got Shadow Magic. Like maybe they don't want it, what have you. You know, or like some of the later Paladin subclasses, you can kind of justify that as well. But this is like pure fucking evil.
Well, Shadow Lore is along the same lines because it doesn't steal anybody's shadows, but it sends a whisper to the creature within 30 feet of you that can hear you and shares your language, of course. Then if the creature fails the saving throw, it is charmed for the next 8 hours or until you dispel it or whatever. But the why I like it is because I like the flavor behind it, because the creature, to anybody else, the whisper sounded like nonsense. But to that creature, it interprets the whisper as a description of its most mortifying secret.
What the fuck?
So the creature is charmed and obeys your command for fear that you will reveal its secret.
Oh, holy shit.
It won't risk its life for you or fight for you unless it was already inclined to do so at all. But yeah. How fucking dark is that?
That
sounds like
College of Whispers is so far taking the crown for the meanest subclass.
It is mean. There you go. Mean. It's not even like scary. It's mean.
Well, I don't know. That's pretty scary. Like inadvertently digging into someone's mind and making them think that you know their deepest, darkest secret.
Yeah.
You know, like that. God, you can't make a good aligned character with College of Whispers. You can't even make a neutral aligned character. Like this is like if you're doing College of Whispers, you're evil.
Yeah, because I mean, two of the main actions that you have are pretty evil. You can't really even for a bad guy, you're like, "Whoa, man, like that's too far, dude."
Because I mean, it's like psychic blades. Okay, you do extra psychic damage. Woohoo!
Right,
but,
right.
But like literally everything else is like you're using your words to go in and like scramble that dude's brains, or you're disguising yourself as that person after you steal their shadow when you watch them die. Like this is evil. This is the definition of evil. Maybe my dad was right. Maybe I shouldn't play this game.
Andrew, we're part of the satanic church now.
Oh no. No, no, please God help me.
But yeah, that's all the colleges, Andrew.
I like how they ended off with the College of Whispers. Like, oh, here, start off with the College of Glamour. It's all nice, and then we start off like with the worst fucking subclass. And I don't mean like in terms of utility, because some of this stuff is actually pretty handy. But it's just like, oh, yeah. like if someone, okay, this might sound wrong. If someone plays the College of Whispers, I'm judging them. I'm like, okay, why did you do that?
I'm not sure if I want to be your friend.
Yeah, we need to like if someone does that, I'm like, hey Jose, can we talk about something real quick, man?
we need to pull this person aside. We can't.
Yeah, you might want to talk to them about something. I just hear me out, man.
Oh man. But yes,
that is totally not at all what I thought it was going to be.
College of Whispers.
Yeah, when it says College of Whispers, I thought it was just going to be like stealth.
No, dude.
I was not expecting it to be like fucking Grima Wormtongue whispering into your ear and weaving a spell that's going to like turn your brains into scrambled eggs.
You're welcome.
You're right. This would totally work in a Lovecraftian setting.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, think about it. Just a person says something and your mind fucking breaks.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, I dig it. I mean, for me, it's still all of these. It's made the bard a little bit better, but it still hasn't changed its place on my list. It's just not my cup of cake. I was gonna say
your cupcake. It's not. I mean, you could have a cup of cake. They do have those microwavable brownies in a mug.
Yeah, exactly.
So yes, I will. Or they have like those pancakes in a cup, so that's technically a cake. It's in the title. So,
yeah, that's true. It's true.
Yeah, they're not that great, but you know what? It's good for a quick, easy breakfast.
Shit. Now I can't even think of the actual my cup of coffee. Is that what it is?
Cup of tea.
My cup of tea. Sorry, I'm a little delirious right now.
Someone whispered secrets into you. Have you seen the movie? What's the name of that movie? It's a horror movie. Ouija. Like the Ouija movie?
The new one. Well, by new one, I mean like the one that came out in the 2000s.
Yeah. Like
recently, like.
Yeah.
No, I know what you're talking about, but I haven't seen it.
That reminds me a lot of the College of Whispers, because there's a scene where someone that's possessed is like whispering like dark secrets into someone's ear and shit like that. It's actually really fucking creepy. It's a terrible movie, but that one particular scene is pretty creepy. So
I may watch it. Yeah. Well, all right. Now we are 2 hours in, Andrew. We did it.
I'm actually fucking shook by that. That makes me really uncomfortable.
Yeah. I think if I had to pick one to play, actually, I think I would like to give the Whispers a run.
Yeah. If to be honest, to like perfectly honest, if I was at like an Adventurers League or something like that, we're playing with a brand new group and I never played with someone before, and someone picked College of Whispers, I would be very, very wary of them. Like All right.
You'll sit a couple. You'll sit a couple of chairs away from him.
Yeah, just like okay, I'm keeping an eye on this dude. Like he's up to something fucky. I don't know about him.
Yeah, right.
Personally, I would probably go with College of Lore or maybe College of Valor, depending.
I can see that. Because
like none of the Xanathar ones are really like calling out to me. Like College of Glamour is okay. College of I would probably say College of Glamour, then College of Whispers, then College of Swords.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I can agree with it.
Yeah, but Lore and Valor are kind of like in the same place for me. So
are those the one in the PHP?
Yeah. So
you're such a basic.
I'm sorry. I just they work, you know. It's I mean when you're talking about a class that's pure utility, have more utilities.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you know, for sure.
So,
well, I think that is everything we have for you guys today.
God, what a sour note to end it on.
Andrew's gonna have some nightmares tonight. And I hope you guys have. Thank you for joining us and listening to our podcast.
Yeah.
Make sure to follow us on Twitch. We play Wednesdays. We're playing Curse of Strahd. Sometimes we have audio.
We are supposedly playing Curse of Strahd.
We're near the end, so it's a lot of fun. Our episodes are now coming bi-weekly, back to that same original schedule.
That you know and love.
Yes, that you know and love. And you can find us in any streaming network out there for podcast. So Thank you for joining us. You guys have a great rest of your week. Stay safe. I know a lot of states out there are starting to open.
God, don't fucking go to any parks. God, like seriously.
Stay safe. Be conscious. We want our economy to get better, but don't sacrifice your life for it or anybody's life.
Yeah, don't fucking die for it, man.
Yeah.
I miss movie theaters and bars and stuff as much as the next guy, but I'm not gonna.
Haircut really bad. Trust me.
You know what? You can fucking live with it.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but on that note, keep on playing. Except for Wednesdays because we need Roll20 to work properly.
Well, I mean, now Roll20 is not the problem now.
Shit. But you guys have a great rest of your week. Thank you for joining us and keep on playing. You guys have a good night.
Bye.
Wow, that took forever, Andrew.
I'm sorry.
Wow. You left me hanging like that.
I'm sorry.